So have you ever in your life gone through certain challenges, issues, struggles that maybe you're sitting there saying, I have no idea how to go through this. It's just so difficult. I feel lonely. You're almost vulnerable. You don't have somebody to talk to. Sometimes you can't even talk to your spouse, your friend, your relatives. And you ask the question and say, why is God putting me through this? You ever asked that question before and you kind of don't have the answer for it? Well, my pastor at the church I go to, Dudley Rutherford, shared 5 reasons why we're suffering. And I thought it was the best explanation I ever heard on suffering. I was compelled to share it with it on 2 Minutes with Pat. And here's what he talked about. Number 1 reason why we suffer is because we sinned. We did something wrong, right? So when what you say and what you do are not aligned, we struggle internally. Number 2, somebody else may have sinned, and you're suffering for it. Your kids, your wife, your husband, your spouse, your brother, your sister, your employee, they did something and it's bothering you. You know, your kid smoked a cigarette at 13 years old and you're bothered by it. Your daughter's dating somebody you don't like, you're bothered by it. You're suffering, you lose sleep over it. But you didn't do anything wrong. It's a sin on the other side. Number 3, nobody did anything wrong. We're talking about an earthquake took place. A part of your house came down. You need to spend $20,000. Hurricane happened. Something's happened to the house. You need to spend $10,000. You didn't do anything wrong. Nobody did anything wrong. Number 4, the adversary is testing you. And sometimes, you know, we need to realize that the adversary does not want you to fulfill your prophecy of doing what God put you up here to do, something big with your life. He'd rather see you fail. He'd rather see you give up. He'd rather see you give up your marriage, your relationships, your friendships, your business, your career, everything out there. He would prefer you give up and throw in the towel. And last one is my favorite one, is sometimes we are going through suffering because God is using that to mature us. And what that means to me is this. Have you ever had a track record on how you handled certain challenges with somebody and you always reacted a certain way and all of a sudden you changed and you improved and you matured and you walk away and say, I'm very proud of yourself on the way you handled yourself. That's a sign of maturity. That's a sign of how we handle certain issues and suffering in our lives better than ever. Then good things are around the corner for us if we mature. So my message of the week to you is, sometimes we have to struggle, or if you want to call it suffer, in order to learn, in order to grow. It's my message of the week to you.